This is Player 1,
This is Player 2.
and you're listening to another great show only on the Four-Eyed Radio Network.
The Third.
For more great shows, check out www.foureyedradio.com. Hi, this is Steve O'Mooney from the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Now, one of our great sponsors on our show is Amazon.com. Go to thesasquatch.net, click on the Amazon banner, and shop like you normally do. We'll get a little taste if you do. So that again, check out thesasquatch.net and click on our Amazon.com banner. Thank you for your support.
Oh, baby, Rosdower saves us and saves all the world. Ooh.
He comes to save the day in a broken truck with a stinky denim jacket on his back. He couldn't help this movie, which really sucked, but at least we didn't have to see him play a hacky sack.
What?
I'm sorry, I panicked.
Wake up. This is important to me, damn it.
Well, I'll try to do better.
Shh, here it comes. Listen. Rosdower saves us and saves all the world. Rosdower No, Mike, that section's over, you non-musical mook.
Yes, that was from the greatest movie known to man, which Pat and I actually just got done watching, The Final Sacrifice. But before we jump into all of our great movie news and all that kind of good stuff, as of course, I'm your host, Steve O'Mooney, with my co-hosts,
Pat.
You can find us on the 4i Radio Network simply by typing in 4iRadio.com or on iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast Directory, Miro Guide, and Double Twist are also brought to you by American Joy Print Shop, the official sponsor of the 4i Radio Network. So if you need business cards, flyers, car wraps, vinyls, and more, visit AmericaJoy.com. Before we get into the Nook and Cranny, we're on episode 3. I don't know how well we're doing because no one has given me numbers. I think we're doing very poorly, but you know what?
Probably. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. So, Pat, what have you been up to since the last time I saw you?
Not a whole lot. Well, that's Moab, Utah over the weekend. Go visit my father-in-law.
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty good time. Pretty good time.
What'd you do up there?
Not a whole lot. Drink cheap beer and fish.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then when you came back, anything exciting new in the old great state of Arizona?
No excitement here.
No excitement.
No.
This place sucks.
Just heat.
Yeah, we're still waiting for it to cool down here in Arizona for some strange reason. We don't get winters anymore, or spring, or fall. It's just summer. That's all it is
Pretty
now.
much, yeah.
We just have the one official season known as summer.
Mm-hmm.
Summer. The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea.
That was beautiful.
I know. I try. So, Pat, now we're going to dive right into this. One of the movies that we saw back in the day when we were in Ahwatukee was a Mystery Science Theater movie, which was known as The Final Sacrifice. It takes place in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it one of the funniest movies we've probably ever seen in our entire lives, because it's so bad, it's good.
Epically bad.
It's epically bad. But it did change our lives forever because the main character, Zap Rosdower, seemed to follow us throughout our entire high school career. Now, Pat, when you first saw the movie, what did you think?
What did I think?
We were eating your food!
That movie's great. I love the fact that he wears a denim suit, Rosdower. It's very inspirational.
Now, is he a hero that everybody can look up to?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, he's a loner, he's a drunk,
yeah.
But he saves the world from an evil cult, so
Yeah.
can't all be that bad.
By being a booze hound.
By being a booze hound.
Yeah.
Now, actually, at the end of the movie, they do have this, they're talking about making it a TV series. And you know what? I could actually see it as a TV series.
Yeah.
You know, like Zap and they journey all throughout, Canada, and they keep running into all these weird different things. So it's like one week they battle zombies, or another week it's a cult full of robots or something. I think it could do well in Canada.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Who do you think should play Zap Rosdower?
I think Robert Redford.
Robert Redford? You
Absolutely.
think he'd make a good Rosdower?
Yeah, definitely. He's got to play Jeremiah Johnson, right? I think that was Robert Redford.
Know. I could always look it up.
I think that was him. I don't know.
What do you know?
Not much. Not much.
Now, what do you think was probably the funniest thing in the entire movie?
Man, that's hard to pick from. Pretty much just
You know what they say?
Yeah.
Legends.
Probably that part right before the weird prospector.
Pepper the Prospector.
Yeah.
I don't even know his actual first name. He just goes, "My name's Pepper. I used to work with your father." That's how he talks. I think the guy probably destroyed his voice and probably never ended up doing any more acting in his entire life after that.
Yeah, maybe. I think they just found a homeless guy.
Just
brought him in. Said, "Here, read this paper."
"Oh, hey, you want to get some sandwiches afterwards?" "What's my name? Pepper. I could use some pepper on this sandwich."
Yeah. Well, that's probably the homeless guy's actual name. Then they just had to write it into the script real quick. It's probably the case.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to find out who played Jeremiah Johnson right now. So, but So anything besides us talking about this whole Final Sacrifice? Anything that you found interesting lately? Maybe going on in the world, or do you try to keep out of any kind of weird articles or whatnot?
Yeah, I'm pretty much disconnected from the
disconnected from everything.
Mainstream. Yeah, it's too depressing. Too depressing. I get all my mainstream rubbish on campus anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. You're a college kid.
Yeah.
A haggard college kid.
I know. I'm usually a class old man in every class I'm in.
Now, how does that work? Are you always like, "Where's my medication?
Yeah.
My diabetes
No,
fix?"
I remember being astounded because we're having to do this group project, and one of the kids in my group was 19, and that's when it hit me. I was like, man, I'm a decade older than you. Weird. Kid was super nerd though. So it made me feel better. You're a giant nerd though. So that's good.
You're like, "I can drink."
Yeah. I can drink and you're a giant nerd.
You're a giant nerd. I did find this on Huffington Post. I might as well read it and then we can converse about it. It seems pretty. I just caught the title of it. Dead Edwards, Benigns, allegedly tries to exorcise an 80-year-old girlfriend.
Okay. All right.
So let's dive in here. The picture of the guy is, you just look at him and he's just batshit crazy. A 54-year-old Florida man has been arrested after allegedly trying to perform an exorcism on his 80-year-old girlfriend. Police say on Monday, David Edwards grabbed the woman at the home they shared in Holiday, holding her down and telling her he was going to exorcise her and get the demon out of her, the Tampa Bay Times reports. How do you feel about it? Okay, before we judge this man...
Wait. He's 54?
Yes.
And she's 80?
Yes.
Okay.
He's doing very well for himself, apparently.
Yeah. Hopefully he didn't start off as a nursing home assistant or something.
Probably. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any... Let's see. He then allegedly took her car keys and... trying to prevent her from leaving, according to the evidence from the Smoking Gun website. The complaints also say that he took batteries out of all the phones in the... it looks like I'm exercising a demon of my own.
Yeah.
In the residence, so she couldn't call for help. The woman said that when she fell asleep, Benz began to exorcise her through it. Unclear from the complaining exactly what that entailed. Now, before we judge this 54-year-old man exercising an 80-year-old girlfriend,
he sounds completely rational.
Now, do you even believe in this kind of stuff? Is there true where there's demons and you feel that some people have been known to exercise? Because actually, there was a story a while ago about a bunch of girls out here where a guy says he can exorcise the demons
Really?
from you and stuff like that. Yeah, it was like a whole teen group of girls or whatnot, but it turns out to be kind of a big scam because when you look over everything, you have to take a test, and they have to pay so much money, and then they like look into your eyes, like, oh, you got demons, we'll exorcise them. So it was basically kind of like a huge con thing, but there has been known facts of people who have done exorcisms.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, some of it's way over sensationalized for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I mean, remember...
I'm not ruling it out.
I know. I remember my dad telling me a story, actually. There was a class he took in college where it was a priest who taught it, and he would come in, and there was a seat right beside the door. And what would happen is you would come in, and some people would sit on that seat, and he would go, oh, no, that seat's taken. So everybody pretty much would fill up the classroom except for that seat. And then halfway through the class, this huge metal door would always swing open. And he's like, oh, yeah, come in, just sit right down or whatnot. And then he would get up and he would close the door or whatnot. So my dad was like, okay, and he said, like, there was no wind. You know, it was a huge metal door. There was no way for it to thing and stuff like that. And now there was an article written about him a couple years back where, like, he has an entire back row now of empty seats.
Oh.
So, and my dad said this guy did do an exorcism at some point in his life. So there is kind of some stuff like that where I'm just like, okay, I can take it to the point. When people go batshit crazy, though.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to wonder about that guy anyways. I mean, taking batteries out of phones. Who does that?
I don't know. It's just very weird.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say, let's see, apparently the exorcisms can be dangerous and not just for the alleged demons that ail you. In June, a Wyoming woman involved in an exorcism stopped breathing and went into cardiac arrest. She survived, though. There has been no word on the condition of the poltergeist. So, but this comes from the Huffington Post. But I think that's kind of weird. Now, we speaking of this, I think this kind of dives into our kind of expertise. I mean, we have seen some crazy crap going on the reservations and stuff like that. What was probably like the weirdest thing that ever you saw or freaked you out, or you were just like, okay, there's no possible way this actually happened? Maybe on one of your experiences.
Well, there's the one thing from the res was that picture Scott took. Did you ever see it? The floating flames?
Yes.
That was freaking bizarre.
What Pat's talking about, I wish we were still in contact with Scott so we could get a picture of this thing. But basically, there was like this orb just floating like in the middle of this picture. Now, we're all rational people. Don't get me wrong. I do believe in the supernatural, and there's some stuff out there. But there's also a point where you have to look at all the facts first before you can just go, oh, it's a ghost. Yeah. Now, we looked at it, and it's like, okay, well, did the picture get damaged? Was it daylight? Was it all this kind of stuff to factor in? And really, there was nothing, but it was like it was like this just orb just like glowing there. And did he take the picture like over by some burial grounds? Or
Yeah. What we think were anyways. I don't think there was like, well, obviously there wasn't any like grave markers or anything, but yeah, and well, we didn't dig anything up
yet.
Yes, yeah.
We're going out there this weekend.
Yeah, probably right now. Yeah, right now.
Yeah, we're gonna go. See you guys. We'll be back. Just listen for the next 3.5 hours, and then we'll be back to report in.
Yeah. No, that was the weirdest thing around here. I remember the base I was stationed at in Okinawa. There was a bunch of ghost stories.
Yeah, that's actually what I would like you to a little bit talk about, because I figured this was going to be kind of like a ghost storytelling, obviously with the final sacrifices and weird crazy cults and stuff. But yeah, I remember you telling me a couple of stories when you were actually stationed in Japan.
One of them was there was a gate of the base at Camp Hansen where I was at. It was closed down, and it was rumored that if you went out there at middle of the night or something, the ghost of like I guess a Marine or something from World War II, it would have been, era, comes all bloodied up and asks for like a light for a cigarette or something. I never saw it. I had friends who claimed they had, but no way to prove that. But there's lots of weird stuff over there. I remember we were camping one time on the island there in Okinawa, and we got into the coast, and I guess we stole somebody's boat, but there was a boat tied up that we took out to this smaller little atoll, I guess you would call it, like a little island, and we put the boat back after we were done, but it's kind of a dick thing to steal someone's boat to go camping.
That's true.
But so we got out there, messing around, checking stuff out, and we got a campfire going. Well, and there's a ledge above the area we were camping, and we were camping in front of sort of like an overhang, not quite a cave, but kind of an overhang. Well, there's a ledge above
Kind of
it.
like a duplex cave.
Yeah. There's a ledge above it that I climbed up to, and sure enough, there's like a skull and like a whole skeleton like just chilling up there. That's kind of freaky to find when you're out camping. Yeah.
Or did you climb up there? He's like, hey, no bones about it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's kind of freaky to find. Like, well, a skeleton. But you find those a lot around there because of the, the war and everything. Like, yeah, it was weird.
That's crazy. Anything else happen after you found those bones, or it was just kind of like a normal camping trip?
Yeah, it's kind of like a normal camping trip. Obviously, we're all like, man, that's weird.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I think one of the funniest stories we had was, I tell this to people all the time, and they all think it's hilarious. So it was basically you, me, and Dean. We decided it might be smart to let's drink and then walk to the casino. We decided not to drink, and we just went to the casino. We walked there instead of driving. So we were like crossing the Indian reservation. It was a long freaking walk, and then we finally get to like the canal, and we had to find like a way over to the canal. But the best part about that entire thing is we literally got to this rickety old like fence. And we're like, okay, we're going to hop this fence. But as soon as we're about to hop this fence, we see this rickety old shack, like right next to it. And we're like, okay, we got to jump over this thing and we got to book it. We got to run because it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre style here. We have no idea. There's probably some crazy. It's probably Pepper sitting there in the, I'm going to get you, boy. You can eat my food. So literally we jump over this fence and we're just booking it. We're like running as fast as we can, and we're like, it's dirt, and all of a sudden we hit this concrete, and we're like, what? Yeah. And we look down, and then we see all this green grass, and we realize that we finally made it to the reservation on the golf course, and that rickety old shack was just a Porter John.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh man, but yeah, that's probably one of those stories that you're just like, it's fun to build up. I love doing that with the stories when you go tell back all your friends and stuff. You just kind of build it up and get that suspense, and then you're just like, oh, it was a party.
Yeah, well, it's something that was like maybe a 20-minute drive takes like 3 hours.
Yeah, it took us 3 hours. But the weird part is coming back. Didn't take us that long.
No, it was like take us 45 minutes to get back.
It was so weird. And then it was like Dean was bad with gambling, though. He would just waste so much money.
Yeah. Didn't he rip his pants on the fence?
Was that him or you?
That was him.
Okay.
Yeah. Dean was always ripping his pants.
Dean just likes to rip his pants.
I remember when he was working at the same company where I was, he ripped his pants, too. Breaking in to the plant, of all things. I wasn't there at the time. I heard this story from several of my coworkers, though.
Oh, geez.
They'd gone out to, what's it called now? Graham Central Station. I remember it used to be Rockin' Rodeo.
It's actually been closed down now.
Oh, yeah, good.
But yeah, good riddance.
That place. Well, he'd been out there, and apparently he was hitting on some girls, and the two other a couple of my coworkers he was with were like, all right, man, we're going to go crash out in the truck, and then, just come out when you're done, because they were drunk and tired.
Yeah.
Well, they ended up falling asleep in the parking lot, and they wake up, and there's only car in the parking lot, and they're like, where the hell's Dean?
Oh, jeez.
And so Dean had apparently gotten a ride from these girls, but then had him take him to the plant for some reason, which is at the end of you drive down Queen Creek Road. Okay. And you get to Old Price Road, which is a dead end. Yeah. So these girls drop him off out there and are like, where the hell are we? He's like, no, it's cool. It's cool, man. So they drop him off. He tries to break into the plant, essentially, and gets he had a brand new shirt and some pants, and gets those all ripped to hell on like a barbed wire fence. And then my other two coworkers get there in the morning, and they see Dean pacing the halls, ranting about ripping his clothing while he's covered in one of those flame-proof blankets that you throw over something. Yeah. Man.
Oh, jeez.
Dean.
And he... I don't even know how he gets into that thing, but I did find this. This might be right up our alley. This is a thing I found on the... it looks like... Huffington Post as well. NASA will pay you $18,000 to stay in bed for 70 days.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Couch Potatoes, our nation's space agencies is looking to pay big bucks for you to lay in bed and do nothing for over 2 months. All that they want to do is monitor you while you read comic books, watch porn, eat chips, and might need to poop in bed, but we're pretty sure that's on your resume.
Wow.
Do you think we should do this?
Man. I don't know. 2 months in bed. It sounds sweet initially, but then you think about it, it's like, man, I get pretty freaking bored.
No way, man. Sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
I could do this. I'm good. Look, I'm good at eating potato chips.
Yeah.
I'm very good at pooping. I'm like the best.
The whole pooping in bed thing, though. I don't know.
Who cares? I don't care.
I don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore.
You have no dignity any longer.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone, man. But yeah, I mean, watching porn, reading comic books, playing video games, just in bed all day, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah. Get grossly fat, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And unable to walk any longer.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's the thing. So that's nearly $20,000 bonus for people like me who already work from home. There's only one. I just found a misspelling. There's only. It should have been only one cruel hitch. You need to currently be as fit as an astronaut to be selected.
Oh.
So
yeah, they want to make people fat.
Yeah.
They're trying to get all the fit people out of the world and have us all be fat.
NASA, how about this? You just pay me money, and I'll just be awesome.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a good idea.
That sounds like a good plan, right?
Yeah.
Would you pay me to be awesome?
No.
No.
I don't think you're capable of being that awesome.
Ouch.
Might give you a nickel or something. Maybe a circus peanut.
A circus peanut?
Yeah.
A circus penis or a circus peanut?
Peanut, man.
Oh, peanut. Okay.
Peanut. You know those nasty orange things?
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't even know what those are made of. I think like tears and bad memories.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's what goes into the ingredients.
That and haggard bottles of wine.
Yeah, cyanide maybe.
Cyanide maybe.
Yeah. Dead things. Dead things and broken dreams.
Oh, so why are you writing my biography right now?
Is that the title? Dead Things and Broken Dreams?
Pretty much. I mean, that was originally going to be the name of the podcast.
Dead Things and Broken Dreams.
Dead Things and Broken Things, the Stephen Mooney story.
The life and times of Stephen Mooney Jr.
This book is dedicated to whores.
As narrated by Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, that'd be sweet. I would totally have someone write my thing if it's just going to be, like, if he's going to read it.
You know, he recorded an album back in the 60s or something?
Yes,
the
yes,
Touch
he did.
Of Leonard Nimoy.
And who also still records album is the guy who played Data, Brent Spiner.
Whoa, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a couple of musically inclined Star Trek people to do that. But yeah, Leonard Nimoy.
He did the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins, too.
Yes, he did.
Which
Yes, he did.
An awesome music video to watch.
He also was actually, I think, one of the voices on Transformers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, like the good Transformers, not the new Michael Bay crap?
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way. The first one was okay. Second one was like, all right. Third one, I was like, I watched the third one for free, and I wanted my money back. And then now they're making another one. And I'm like, can we just go back to the robots, just fighting?
Yeah, that Shia LaBeouf kid drives me crazy. Who the hell's named LaBeouf, anyways?
Is it Boof or LaBeouf?
Whatever. His name's Shia.
But I will say this.
anyways.
I mean, the greatest movie that they ever made was, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, no. No, not so much.
Actually, we talked about this a while ago on Socially Awkward, but do you know Back to the Future?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you know the original plan to travel through time was going to be a refrigerator?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man, they should have done that.
Well, that's the thing. I think Steven Spielberg was pushing for the refrigerator, and then he finally got it in the new Indiana Jones movie where Indiana Jones had to hide in a refrigerator.
Yeah.
So,
man, they should have done the refrigerator. Heck with the DeLorean, man. Well, the DeLoreans are kind of sweet in a way.
Oh, actually, here's some local news. You remember the Grace Inn?
No.
Okay, well, it's not too far for us, actually, right now. I think it's on Elliott and 51st Street.
Maybe.
It looks like the Grace Inn to become the 4 Points by the Sheraton. So maybe they might be getting an upgrade. I actually did some shows there back in the day when I was important and famous. But, yeah, so any of you people who live in Ahwatukee, the Grace Inn is going to be no more. So, I guess it's under construction on Wednesday, September 18th. So, actually, that's surprisingly, because that building has been there since I moved out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. So, there we go. Another part of Ahwatukee that's going to be changing. For the best or for the worst? Or will we need to exorcist 80-year-old girlfriends?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably that.
Probably that.
Yeah, probably that. Sounds like the 50-year-old guy is the one in need of the exorcism.
Probably.
Yeah.
He was probably like Steve Ballmer.
Maybe it's part of prospector training. So
Oh, maybe.
You have to date an 80-year-old and perform an exorcism.
That's funny.
Then move out to the hills.
Now, I haven't heard about this. Apparently, an Ahwatukee woman has been accused of beating her 3-year-old daughter to death and has pleaded guilty to child abuse.
That's heinous.
I bet this happened accused in 2011. I never even hear about it. But I guess she's no Mark Anthony or something. Or whatever that woman was who killed her. Is it Mark Anthony? Was it Mark Anthony, the guy who's on trial? No, he was dating some celebrity, wasn't he?
No, I don't remember.
Susan Anthony?
Something like that.
I'm going to go with Mark Anthony. Let's just go with Mark Anthony.
Susan B. Anthony. Yeah.
Susan B. Anthony?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, she rose from the grave and then killed
her kid.
Kid. And then she got up.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
Oh, boy. The girlfriend allegedly was abused by her 22-year-old stepfather. Police suspect Amberita knew Cornine Daniels was physically abused her child between early September and late October 2011. And you didn't say anything. I don't know how you feel, but don't get me wrong. Kids are going to piss you off. I'm sure I pissed off my parents. I'm sure you pissed off your parents. And there's a right way and a wrong way to handle it.
Yeah.
Yell at them. And there's nothing wrong with slapping your kid upside the face.
When it's warranted.
When it's warranted, okay? Just, you slap him once. You don't need a recurrence. You don't need a fist. You don't need any of that kind of stuff. And I just don't get it. I just don't know why people want to just beat their children. To me, if you want to beat children, then just adopt them. And then that's not your property, really.
Property.
Right?
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I don't condone in beating children. I only condone in exorcising 80-year-old girlfriends.
Absolutely.
Hashtag 80-year-old girlfriends.
Hashtag 80-year-olds. Hashtag exorcism. Hashtag shiny happy puppies. For sale.
Shiny happy puppies. Oh, it's funny. People are asking, like, oh, do you guys have a website yet for All White-Tukee? I go, yeah, it's www.svengetsnakedwithdogs.com. That's always a fun one. Now, so enough with some Ahwatukee news and some bizarre news and stuff like that. Pat and I think, I know we're still tweaking the show and getting things on its way. But back in the day, Pat and I did try to attempt our own radio show.
Yeah.
I believe it was the either 4th or 5th grade, maybe even the 6th grade.
It's around 4th or 5th.
Now, when you're like a little kid or whatnot, you always try to joke around. My parents had this tape recorder, and we would record, and we did this show we called Bobby Tapes, where all the tapes are played for you.
Yeah.
Realizing that CDs were on its way, and Bobby Tapes would not run that long. So doing the podcast now kind of brings us back to those kind of roots. It's a little bit better professionally done. There's no tape recorder.
And people can actually listen to it.
Yes, people can find it.
I think we just had one tape. I don't think we ever
No, we didn't. We didn't cap them. We just recorded over
it every single
time because we'd sing. We'd have different songs. We'd have I forget what we talked about.
Just nonsense.
Nonsense.
Type of nonsense that boys in 4th grade talk about, probably.
Yeah. It makes me wish I had the tapes and then I could try to put them on the computer and then we just run those for an episode.
Man,
That would just be haggard. But it'd be pretty funny for people to do stuff. But so yeah, we did try to do that. So when I did approach Pat to do the podcast, the original name we were kicking on was Bobby Tapes.
Yeah.
But we decided to go with All White-Tukee. A lot of people seem to enjoy it right now. And we're not closing out the show yet, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or want to tweet us any crazy stories or anything like that, feel free to, just contact us on the Facebook page, which is just type in All White-Tukee on Facebook and you can find us. I think we have about 23 followers right now. Or likes, I forget what it is. I am hacking up a storm right now, and I'm not even smoking marijuana. But now, how do you feel about marijuana? Like, if they were to legalize it, I know they probably never will, but
I mean, it's not something I would do personally, but if people want to do that and it's legal, then whatever.
Now, like, to me, it's like, me, I'm not a huge pot smoker. But if it was available, I don't think I would turn into a huge pot smoker, but there would be times where I'm like, you know what? I just want to get a joint. I know that's stupid. Get one joint. Just get a joint, chill out on the couch, and then play a video game. Yeah, and I'm not saying I would do that like every single night of the week, but it's like every once in a while, nothing's going on. You want to smoke a joint.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
But
for some people, they find it really relaxing and stuff.
Yeah.
I tried it like two times, I think, and it's just, I zonked out on a couch for a few hours, then was really hungry.
Yeah, that's the thing with it. It's like it works different with everybody. Like, some people get really paranoid. Me, I just get hungry. I just want to like eat some food and find some food. You pass out. I know another buddy of ours passed out as well. Or you freak out like Dean did and couldn't turn his head.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just so weird to me that and the funny part is like everyone's always looking at the negative about it, because if you look at the positive of legalizing marijuana, Arizona has a perfect soil for it.
Really? So
you could grow it here, and we could tax the hell out of it, and we could actually boost up the economy here in Arizona. But no one wants to do that because of so on and so forth and stuff. Like, again, like I'm saying, I'm not a huge pothead. I'm just kind of looking at the benefits of, helping, us get out of debt maybe, and maybe build more jobs for people.
Yeah. The only problems I've seen with it is some people who are like real heavy potheads. Have no drive or ambition and just end up doing nothing. Of course, they could just be lazy anyways, and
I do agree there is that expectation, but I've never heard somebody who got really high, broke into somebody's house, and then stabbed somebody to death.
No, like with tweakers and whatnot.
Yeah, meth and everything like that, which I don't condone unless it's like Breaking Bad meth style. Then that's awesome. I don't know if you watch Breaking Bad, probably not.
No, I don't really watch TV.
Yeah, you're not a TV guy.
No.
What was the last thing you watched on TV then?
Last thing I watched on TV, I used to really enjoy that show on the History Channel, the American Pickers. Man, I love that show. Those guys that dig through people's junk trying to find stuff that they can like sell.
No, I've not heard of it. Okay,
that show is awesome.
Go ahead, tell us about this.
Oh, it's just a couple of guys that would drive around, and I forget where they're based from, but they would just drive around all over the place in a big white van and find people selling junk and just like dig through it trying to find stuff that was like actually valuable, like antiques. That was actually valuable. But you would learn a lot of history about like stuff.
Like when they would find the thing, they would explain about.
Yeah, the coolest one was they found an old freaking 1946 Indian motorcycle.
Oh wow!
That they had paid to get like fixed up again. That thing was badass. I love Indians anyway. It's like those are the coolest motorcycles, I think. If I had the money for it.
Wait, now do you call them Indian or do you call them Native American?
Yeah, Native American cycles. No, they're Indians. And
why won't you call them the Native American?
They're freaking sweet, those bikes, man.
How dare you? No, I've never even heard of this show.
Oh, that show was cool. But, yeah, I think that was the last thing I watched, probably.
Last thing you watched.
Either that or River Monsters, one of those two. Those are the things I watched.
Yeah. Well, remember we used to, actually, that brings me to a point. What was the thing that we would always watch late at night? There was nothing else to do. We'd come back to, like, your place, and then it would just be Blind Date.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the worst show in the world, but we were so addicted to it.
Yeah, it was always on at like 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning. And it wasn't just like an hour. It was like a marathon going on.
Yeah, it'd be on like all night long.
It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you get back from the bar or whatever, and it's like, oh, blind date's on. Okay.
All right, let's watch this. Let's see people having worse luck than we are.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, that show went away. But yeah, just very, very crazy with speaking of like that with the History Channel and like those kind of shows like that actually teach you stuff. Like those are the kind of like reality shows I don't mind is when you actually learn something or it's unique or it's fun to watch or something. Like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like it's very easy to keep up with the Kardashians. Like their lives are so simple that it's not very complicated or anything like that. So it's just like why are we bothered with these people? And I love the fact that the woman keeps trying to say that she's a successful businesswoman. Yeah, now you are, but how you got famous was because of your sex tape. It's like, just accept it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heck, if I got famous for a sex tape, I'd accept it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's those reality shows that aren't even, like, real.
Yeah.
Drive me nuts. But, I mean, the ones that are actually, like, real and interesting and not overly dramatized are actually kind of cool. There's someone on like Mountain Men or something too.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called, Mountain Men. There's also another one called like what was it like? Well, there's Ice Truck.
Yeah,
Ice Road Truckers.
There's
another one. There's also the Gold Diggers or something like that.
Yeah.
Right, the Glory Hole.
Man, Ice Cold Gold or something like that.
I forget.
They dig for gold under ice or something. Yeah, the Mountain Men one was actually kind of cool. I watched that one a couple times too.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Yeah, man. I think I tuned in and they were having a squirrel hunt.
Oh, wow.
Which was pretty awesome. Hunting squirrels with their own homemade bullets and everything because they're using muzzle loaders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how did they make their own bullets? I want to hear this.
They would melt down like metal.
Okay.
Yeah. Melt down like iron filing.
I thought you had more.
Crap and steel and whatever, and they'd make these bullets for their little muzzle loaders, and they'd go hunt squirrels and eat them. And I remember the one guy, I forget his name, probably Festus or Virgil or something like that, was giving his buddy a present as they're eating their squirrel meal. He has this jar of something, and the guy's like, "Oh, is that fat?" He's like, "Yeah, man. This ain't just any kind of fat. This is bear fat."
Bear fat.
Oh, bear fat, my favorite. And so they started spreading bear fat on their squirrels, and it was apparently a delicacy, I guess, bear fat and squirrels. I don't know.
I know this is a while ago, but to answer your question, yes, it was Robert Redford in the
Jeremiah Johnson.
Johnson.
I thought so. It had to be Robert Redford. Had to be. He's a pretty awesome dude, Robert Redford. He's making a Bill Bryson movie.
Oh, is he?
He's directing it. Yeah.
Oh.
That off the Bill Bryson book, A Walk in the Woods. I can't wait for that. I'm stoked.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
So if people don't know what we are talking about with Jeremiah Johnson,
Jeremiah Johnson made his way
to the mountains,
betting on forgetting all the
troubles that he knew.
The trail was wide and narrow. The eagle or the sparrow showed the path he was to follow as it flew.
Oh, man.
Does this take you back?
It does.
A mountain
It's touching.
man's a lonely man and he leaves a lot behind.
Man, a mountain man is a lonely man.
Now, question for you, him up in the mountains, did he ever, like, take care of business?
What now?
Did he ever take care of business?
Probably, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You saw the movie. They didn't show that in the movie. That would have been, like, my first question. I'm like, hey, if I'm going to the mountains, I'm just going to, be taking care of business a lot. I mean, no one's going to notice. I'm in snow.
It probably did.
That's really nice.
Well, yeah.
I'm just watching this like picture, and there's like this other crazy ass like prospector next to him or whatnot, all in white or something.
Yeah, I remember that guy from the movie too. I don't remember his name though. Probably like Virgil or Festus. Or
No, you know who it was? It was Pepper. Remember from the final sacrifice. Remember.
Okay. Man, that was a good movie too, Jeremiah Jones.
I've never seen it.
Man, movie's great.
There's a lot of movies I haven't seen.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. Movies.
But yeah, nothing like Dead Air. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Good times, great oldies.
Yeah.
97.9. They're not.
No.
No.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know.
No, they're not affiliated with us, but.
Oh, no. They're
No.
not.
But
No, they could be if they wanted to.
yeah, I mean, more the merrier here. But
Yeah.
I don't know if they want to. I think we just went into like NPR mode. We're just kind of like, so these Patrick has brought in this delicious dish today of pork rinds and bratwurst. Patrick, tell us about these bratwurst. How do you cook them?
Well, they're sauteed in beer and then grilled ever so gently.
Ever so gently.
And politics. They're grilled over hot politics for
Politics. What kind of politics?
for 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Politicking politics. Is
Ahwatukee politics. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you sold this recipe to anybody yet, or are you just a crazed cannibal?
I sold it to Paula Deen.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paula Deen.
And
She's.
then, she yelled "Get away, Blackie" at me.
Ooh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
She's a racist.
Mm.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't condone racism, but she's a racist. So, anyways, coming up at the top hour of the show will be weather and then some more news, and we're gonna have some smooth jazz by Tilipapa Dada.
Followed by 4.5 hours of boring programming.
Yes, just like this. Excellent. Yeah, so that's our NPR show that will be starting up in the fall. It should be pretty epic. So actually coming up soon is we got October. Any big plans with your family of them picking out Halloween costumes yet, or all that kind of ordeal?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, do you do the trick or treating with the kids,
Yeah.
or do you just be like, no, I'm not doing this?
Yeah,
Do you dress up with the kids, or
No, I don't do that.
you don't do the
I
theme thing?
go
You
that
don't try to
far.
be,
No.
you don't try to be a good father.
Wow. Man.
Just
Start weeping openly.
sorry, you just left yourself open for that. I just had to take it. No. I'm pretty sure Patrick is a wonderful father and stuff like
Good
that.
talk.
Well, that's good. But no, they haven't come up with anything they want to be.
I think they have. I just haven't been
You just haven't been. Can I go back to my first statement? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I was invited to it's not until like November 2nd because it's that weekend or whatnot, but I was invited to a zombie prom theme thing, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be like a normal high school prom where I won't have a date.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. And instead of dying on the inside like normally,
I'll be dying on the outside, so I'll have a one for
Yeah.
thing kind of going on for me, so
Yeah.
that's always fun. But yeah, I don't know, a lot of people get excited for Halloween. To be honest with you, I love Halloween, but I've never been to an actual cool Halloween party.
Really?
Like, I've never been invited to one, or anytime I was going to go to one, like, something came up, or someone didn't want to do it, or whatnot. So now this is like the first year where I thought I was going to go to a cool Halloween party, but situations happened, and but now I'm single, so I really have no excuse of saying it's all on me, basically, now. So
Yeah.
I have to make the decision of if I'm going or not. So I'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
if I do go to the zombie prom, I'll probably just go as Christopher Walken as a zombie, so I can be the Walking Dead. So the brains, the great, yum. Put it in your mouth, delicious, nom foods.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, Halloween's it's weird that October's already gonna be here pretty soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seemed like August, I don't even remember, to be honest with you. August just kind of
Yeah. We're what, like 3/4 of the way through September?
Correct? Yeah. So I mean, it's just crazy. So have you ever done any of the kind of haunted house stuff back in the day?
Yeah. Yeah. Went a couple times to something. I don't remember what the heck it was called.
Was it Fear Farm?
No.
Farm.
It was something I went to with Chase. I think you went one.
Yeah, I went with you guys
Yeah.
with that one. Yeah, I remember. Well, Dean was with us too. That was the guy who came down. He was like, "I'm your god," and Dean's like, "Man, shut the hell up." No, you're not.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Those things are kind of lame.
Well, yeah, I mean, back in the day, it gave you something to do or whatnot. Like, I wouldn't go to one now.
No.
Okay.
Not unless they had, like,
Beer.
Yeah. Yeah. If they could incorporate, like, a beer tasting or something.
Yeah, they could do like a Halloween / Oktoberfest thing.
Yeah.
You know, that
Heck
would, yeah, I'd be
yeah.
down for that. I'd be
Like,
down for that.
micro brew haunted house.
Oh, yeah. So every time, like, somebody pops out, he's got, like, a new beer for you.
I'd totally go.
We should start this.
Yeah, we should.
We're going to get on this, man. The adult haunted house.
Yeah.
Microbrew adult haunted house.
Yes.
So we'll have a bunch of, like, you know, like, you'll be like, oh, it's Freddy Krueger, but he's got this great, you know, hazelnut beer or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, there's Jason with a stout. Sweet.
Oh, it's Chucky with shots because he's small.
And lame.
Yeah, he's pretty lame.
He's really lame.
It's weird, though. I watched the first one of those, the Child's Play movie. That one's good. Like,
Yeah.
it's very trying to take it seriously. It's got good, you know, designs, but then afterwards they just went into this whole, like, no, we're just going to make a comedy.
Yeah.
From now on, it's just weird.
They got really stupid.
So,
What was that one with the, gosh dang it, like the little toys and action figures? that came
Puppet
out?
Master.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
man.
Puppet Master.
Those ones are cool.
They were actually on Netflix for a while.
Oh,
They had
really?
a couple of them. I remember watching them. Oh, God, I love the Puppet Master.
Yeah, those are sweet.
But yeah, those were some really good ones. Like the first one was like a softcore porn, really. Just like the opening, it was just like
Yeah.
the girl just like gets her shirt ripped open. I was like, think that's the first time I ever saw boobs, like on a movie screen or whatnot.
Maybe, yeah.
And then that's when we used to rent from Video Update.
Oh,
Remember Video Update?
Yeah.
Geez, before, and then the
Puppet
Blockbuster
Master
came in,
And then, yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, and then closed.
Closed now. I think they're all closed now. Blockbuster.
Oh, what I loved is we went to Blockbuster before it closed, and we were like, yeah, we heard about you guys closing. It was like the one on Warner or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of them closing, but we're not closing. Yeah, come back later, they're closed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like, all right. But I think that should wrap it up for this one. Hopefully, we don't end up like, Blockbuster
Yeah.
and get closed down. Even though we're bringing you free, funny podcasts, hopefully. But Patrick, any closing statements? Any exciting plans for the weekend?
No.
Wow, you're like the most epic co-host ever. But then I can't really say much either because I got nothing
Glad I
going on.
can do it for you.
Do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do it for me?
Mm-hmm.
So again, if you want to follow us, we're on Facebook. I'm still working on getting a Twitter account. I've been lazy. If you do want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Stephen Mooney Jr. Real creative, I know. Again, you can find all of our shows on the 4i Radio Network. And I think that's about it. So without further ado, we'll be closing out this show if I can find some music. There we go.
Stay jolly, everyone.
Yeah, we still got to find a way to close it.
I don't know.
Stay jolly, everyone.
That's just
Get your jollies off.
Or that too.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, yeah.
A Buca de Beppo.
Look at a Beppo.
That was that restaurant we
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
one time.
Giant servings of food. That's where they thought Dean and I were gay, was at that place.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we all went for homecoming or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Dean and I didn't have dates. Yeah.
Yeah, you were my chauffeur that night.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good... Oh, we got to talk about that crazy story. When I took some other guy's girlfriend to homecoming.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, awkward times.
I don't even remember that girl's name.
It was Jenna.
Oh, okay. Right. Right.
I keep track of all the people who... Anyways,
Yeah, all right.
Depression! See you next time, kids. This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. Say you're a horrible father.